What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot. Coming at you guys with the daily reading. The first sign I see is the first sign I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would gratefully appreciate that. Shout out to my notification gang. I love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Gemini. So we're gonna go ahead and get it poppin'. Shout out to Team Gemini and shout out to Craig. Thanks for tuning on in. I do want to say, as always, guys, if you're interested in personal reads, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. That's all linked down in the description box below if you would like to book me there. Without further ado, though, let's get started out here with Team Gemini and see what we got going on. So let's go ahead and take a look, baby. What insight and information is rolling on in here, please, for our zodiac signs of Team Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on into the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here for Gemini, please? Moving into the next 24 hours. Hopefully, guys, we're going to be looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's get ourselves about one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here for you. Gemini, taking a look here at the overall energy for you guys is going to be why can't I say that? There we go. The King, excuse me, of Wands in the upright position. Taking a look here at the current energy, we have here the Justice. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we got here the Page of Wands. And taking a look here at the outcome, Gemini, we also have here the Two of Swords in the reverse position as well. Yeah, that King was like looking like a knight for me for a second. Anyhow, though, you got here a King of Wands paired here to the Justice card. You could be connecting here possibly with a Libra for some of you. You might also be dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. Now, Geminis, I feel like King of Wands showing up here to the Justice is trying to say you have yourself pretty well focused on something, but you're trying to keep yourself grounded. I feel like this is the energy of I'm gonna be hopeful, but I don't want to be too overly hopeful. I'm trying to be realistic about a situation and level-headed about something. It might work out, it might not. So I feel like you're trying to be in this space where you are accepting of something can go positively or something can go negatively. So you don't know how something's gonna play out, but you're not trying to be overly confident and you're not trying to be overly hopeful. It's kind of like, let's play it by ear. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. So taking a look at what you're dealing with here, Page of Wands, you know, a lot of you here are growing closer to something of interest. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could be you wanting to, you know, invest in a situation. Maybe some of you are applying for a job and hoping you hear a call back, whatever the case here may be. But ultimately right now, Gemini, it's like, I don't know how this is going to play out, so I'm not going to be too overly confident or too overly hopeful. I'm just going to try to be as level-headed about this as possible. Something might work out, or it may not work out. Taking a look here at the outcome, we have here the Two of Swords in reverse, which is a card here that represents I can't allow myself here to be too overly confident once again. I just have to allow myself to be as level-headed as possible. So I feel like the Two of Swords reversed here is saying there is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I need to be as level-headed as I can in this situation. So like I said, maybe some of you here applied to a job and, you know, you're hopeful that you're going to get it, but you're also trying to be level-headed, acknowledging that maybe you won't get this job, even though it's something of interest, of haven't, you know, like heavily you're interested in this at this time. Same thing with a person, you know, hey, I like them, I'm going to tell them I want to go out with them. Maybe they'll say yes, maybe they'll say no, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be too overly confident, too overly excited. I just want to be realistic that this might not work out exactly as I've planned it or exactly as I want it to. So you're shooting your shot with something, Gemini, knowing that there may be an opportunity or a possibility that it might not work, but at the end of the day, you miss 99% of the shots that you don't take. So always remember that too. If you don't shoot your shot, you're not going to find out if it ever would have worked to begin with. So I say go for this, Gems. I don't know what you're going for exactly at this time, but go for it anyhow. It may work out, it may not, but you're never going to know if you never try. That's pretty much the vibe here coming through. So take it, of course, if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, Gemini. But I definitely think that if you've been debating whether or not to invest in something of interest, I say go for it. Just be prepared for that to, you know, to potentially not work, but also be prepared for it potentially to work. So it can go either way. There's no definite answer here, but it's better to try than to not try at all. All right, Gemini, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for watching. So we did begin here with our air. We're going to go ahead and do air, water, fire, and earth for today's daily lineup. Getting on into our water, let's have a look here at the fish and see what's up here for Team Pisces. Okay, what insight and information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for our zodiac signs of Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 24 hours. What do we got showing up here for Team Pisces, please? Moving on into tomorrow. Hopefully some really fantastic stuff. Hey, what's going on with you? You said from a from a Pisces fishy. What's up? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. All right, Team Pisces, let's get about 2 more shuffles, and we'll see what's showing up for you. Hopefully we're looking at all great things. Moving on in to tomorrow. Let's go ahead here, Pisces, and check it out. Overall energy for you guys is a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You might be connecting here potentially with an earth sign for a few of you. Looking at the current energy, Devil in reverse as well. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and taking a look at the outcome, Pisces, is a Page of Wands in reverse as well. So we do have all reversals across the board, but that's not always necessarily a bad thing. I think you're getting to a point, Pisces, 10 of Pence reverse, Devil reverse, where you're detaching here from something that I feel has been pretty unstable. You're connecting with an energy that lacks consistency and stability, and I think that you're recognizing, why am I going to keep on holding on to something that's so all over the place? Maybe you're connecting with a person who's all over the place. Maybe you're connecting with a job that you feel doesn't bring you the financial stability you're looking for, or maybe it doesn't give you the stability when it comes to time. Maybe you're working extreme hours and you feel like you don't have a great work-life balance, but you're at a point here where something just feels like it's throwing you off schedule. Something here just definitely doesn't seem consistent enough to maintain a proper schedule, and you're getting to the point where you're wondering, is this all worth the investment? And I think you're coming to the conclusion that it's not. You know, looking at what you're dealing with here, 7 of Pentacles reversed, I don't want to keep on making an investment into someone or something where I feel like there's just a major lack of stability and a major lack of consistency. Taking a look here at the outcome, Page of Wands in reverse, I think you've lost your interest in whatever or whomever this is, and you're at a point here, Pisces, where you want to invest in something that has more consistency and more stability overall. And you know, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, think about the workplace, for example. Maybe you're dealing with a job where you don't have certain scheduled days. Maybe they schedule you whenever they want, or maybe they make you work as much overtime whenever they decide, and you might feel like you're not having a great work-life balance. That could be a very frustrating situation. Maybe you're connecting with a romantic partner who you feel is one day happy to be with you, the next day not, and that lack of consistency per se is not going to be making anybody happy. So you're realizing, I don't think that this is worth the headache and worth the lack of consistency of experience and the lack of stability of experience. It's gotten to the point where I can't enjoy what's right in front of me, so I rather enjoy something that gives me more of a balance in my life, because something here is such a disruption of balance in whatever area of life that we're covering for you specifically. So whether it's career or love, there's a major lack of balance showing up here, and it's just not, I think, what's of interest to you anymore, okay? So take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you, Pisces, for tuning in here nonetheless, okay? Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done our water. We've also touched base here with our air. We're jumping into our fire signs here next. Hey, what's going on, Mary J? How are you? Craig said appreciate you, and I appreciate you as well, my friend. Thank you very much. What's going on, Bull? How are you? He said thank you, dearest Anthony. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. It means a lot. Hopping on into our fire signs, let's take a look here at Sagittarius and see what we got going on here for you. All right, what insight and information is going to be rolling on through here, please, for our zodiac signs of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming into the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Sagittarian peeps? Let's go ahead here, guys, and check it out. Sagittarius, that was quick. Overall energy for you is the 8 of Wands in reverse. You might be dealing with a fellow Sagittarian. You could be connecting here with a Leo or an Aries as well. For the current energy, we have here the Queen of Cups. What you're dealing with, guys, we got here a King of Wands in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be a King of Cups in the upright position too. Sagittarius, pretty much what I'm picking up on for you guys, 8 of Wands in reverse here paired to the Queen of Cups in the upright. It definitely feels to me like you guys are starting to communicate less with a specific person, and you're tapping more into your own energy. I feel like solitude is kind of the vibe here for the next 24 hours. You don't really have much interest talking and communicating to other people. I feel like you're trying to figure out something internally. It's almost like you don't want to keep on talking to your friends about what you're going through emotionally. You'd rather just sit with those emotions yourself and figure it all out. I think right now it's like I'm just so tired of opening up to people. At the outcome here, King of Cups, I think you're finding a lot more peace and solitude, and I think that you're finding as well that you feel a lot better handling your own emotional situations yourself rather than handling them with friends, family, or whomever, because it seems like other people aren't understanding you at the core as to where you understand yourself, and I think you're getting frustrated with other people trying to per se fix what you got going on when that's not necessarily their job. So I think right now you're kind of choosing to kind of just detach from people, guys. Moving into the next 24 hours, you got some emotional stuff going on. You'd rather handle it yourself. I don't think right now is the time where you really want to open up to other people. I think you just feel better about opening up to yourself, and it seems to me like you're feeling a lot better doing this. Also, alternatively here, Sagittarius, what this could be representing is maybe some of you just want to withdraw from people in general. Maybe tomorrow's a day where you just want your own personal space, where you want your own solitude, and you don't feel like connecting and talking to people. You kind of just want to sit in your own energy, and that might be something that's therapeutic for you. Maybe you've needed a cleanse and a reset from being a little bit too social. You may feel like your social battery has run out, and if it has, give yourself that time in your own energy, in your own solitude, to rejuvenate yourself and to bring yourself back to a space where you feel good. So maybe some of you just have to reset your social battery, and that's totally okay too. All right, Sagittarian, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys for tuning in here anyhow. So we have touched base here, y'all, with our lovely fire. Coming up next is going to be our earth signs, and we're going to be taking a look here at Virgos momentarily. What's going on, Quantum? How are you? Happy Tuesday. You said nice set, haven't seen in a while. Well, thank you. I just finished this kind of like backgroundy stuff around I think it was on Sunday that I did this. So yeah, we recently did this over here. We kind of redid the whole office, so I'm glad that you enjoy it. What's up, Lucy Lou? You said we all need that. Yes, we do. Giving yourself time to reset your social battery is super impactful for many people. So if you ever need a day off and you just want to enjoy your own energy, guys, definitely don't hesitate to do so. Regardless though, let's get into our earth and let's check out Team Virgo. What insight and information is going to be showing up here, please, for our zodiac signs of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Virgo? Moving on into tomorrow, baby. Let's get one more shuffle, and we'll check it out. Hopefully, we're looking at some wonderful stuff. Virgo, overall energy for you is the Hermit in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with a fellow Virgo for a few of you. Taking a look here into the current energy, Page of Pentacles in reverse, what you got going on with you or what you're dealing with here. Page of Wands in the upright position, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be the Emperor in reverse as well. This is Aries energy, so some of you could be connecting with an Aries. You also could be dealing with a fellow Virgo as well. Now you got here that you got here that Hermit in reverse, and then you pair that here to the Page of Pentacles in reverse as well. I think right now you're trying to come back around to somebody, but it does feel to me that as you're coming back around, you also don't necessarily want to communicate or talk to this person. It's like you're returning to something, but you don't, how do I say this? Like, imagine you were going back to work, but you don't want to see that one coworker, or you're going back to a family home, but you don't want to see that one sibling. I feel this energy where you're returning to a space where you're going to be around somebody you don't want to be around. And I feel like you're still choosing to avoid them at all costs here. However, though, person you're dealing with is definitely seeming very interested in wanting to talk to you or wanting to be around you with this Page of Wands. Looking at the outcome here, Emperor in reverse, you feel like it's kind of difficult to ignore somebody because you're sharing the same space or the same confines, and at the end of the day, it's like it feels out of my control to fully be able to avoid them. So I feel like there's this energy where tomorrow you could be crossing paths with somebody you don't inherently want to. I think you want to do your best to ignore them, but they're going to kind of do their best to get your attention, and it almost kind of feels impossible to avoid somebody that you're currently trying to avoid. So this will not be every Virgo story for sure. It's definitely a little bit out there, but at the end of the day, that's what I'm picking up on here for your next 24 hours. It's like it's going to be kind of hard here to be involved with somebody you're dealing with, or to avoid somebody you're dealing with when they want to be involved with you. So you might be having a run-in with somebody you don't necessarily want to see. Do remember though, Virgo, at the end of the day, despite being physically around them or even being around them in any other kind of way, what I would advise for you is that if you don't want to engage with somebody, remember you don't have to, okay? If you want to still remain pulled back, you definitely still can. And if this is one of those situations, like especially in the workplace where you're around somebody you don't really want to be around, I would just say be cordial. You don't need to discuss anything other than work. You don't need to build a personal relationship. Just do your best to focus on cordiality as you move forward, rather than to, let this person here get a little bit too close when that's exactly where you don't want them to be. So interesting story, guys. I don't know if this is your story or not, but yeah, I feel like tomorrow might be one of those days where you might be around somebody you don't want to be. Best thing you can do is just keep it as cordial as possible. You don't need to be personal with this person, especially if you don't want them to be personal with you, and keep moving forward from there. All right. I definitely feel like this is somebody who wants your energy and they want your attention. Remember, you don't have to give them that unless you so choose to. All right, Virgo, let's keep it popping, pushing and moving forward. Thank you for tuning in here anyhow. So we have done, guys, our first batch of signs for today's daily read. We're gonna get into our next batch here shortly. Okay, real quick, what's going on, Jessica? How are you? Good afternoon to you as well. Appreciate you tuning in. What's going on, Karen? How are you? What's going on, Lori? You said, hey, Aunt, or you said, yay, Aunt's back. Hope you're all okay. We're all good. I'm all okie dokie. I hope you are as well. Anyhow, though, guys, just taking a short break and then we'll get back into batch number 2. We started out with our air signs today, so we'll take a look here next into Team Libra in a few short moments, okay? Happy Tuesday, though, guys. Hope you're doing well. Can't believe we're about to move into August. This friggin' month has flew by. I don't know if you guys feel the same about that, but it has. 100%. Hey, what's going on, TB? What's cracking, love? Not much. How about you? Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. Like I said, let's get on into Team Libra here and see what we got going on. Hopefully some fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead here and take a look, okay? What insight and information do we got showing up here, please, for our zodiac signs of Libra? Moving on into the next 24 hours. Definitely some interesting energy, guys. Let's go ahead and get one more shuffle, and we shall see what we got going on. Libra. Overall energy here for you is going to be a Page of Cups in reverse. Looking at the current energy, we have here a Moon card in the upright, what you're dealing with, Libra. We got here an Ace of Wands in reverse, and looking at the outcome for you is going to be the King of Wands in reverse as well. All right, Team Libra, let's see what we got in store here for you. I feel like there's a little bit of emotional detachment showing up coming into your next 24 hours. You do begin here with that Page of Cups in reverse, and then you pair that here to the Moon card, so I feel like you're not really wanting to be kind of around people so much. It feels a little hermity tomorrow, so maybe you're in hermit mode, but it just seems to me like you're just emotionally withdrawn from everybody. Looking at what you're dealing with right now, Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel like you're dealing with a lack of either inspiration or a lack of motivation, or maybe you're just dealing with a lack right now of seeing a kind of like positive light to a situation in your life. Looking at the outcome being the King of Wands in reverse, it's like I just don't right now feel like being in a good mood because I'm particularly not in a good mood. And keep in mind, this won't resonate to every Libra out there. If you're in a fantastic mood, I love that for you, fantastic. But if you're a Libra who's feeling a little bit unmotivated, not really feeling super positive about the future, not really feeling super positive about a situation, I want you to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be upset that something isn't working out to your liking. It's okay to be unhappy that something didn't play out as expected. And sometimes we're going to be sitting in that energy, and the best thing to do sometimes is to let yourself feel it. I always tell people feeling is healing. When we can feel, that's when we can heal. And if we ignore how we truly feel, then we're putting on an act, and acting doesn't get us anywhere. We got to be real. So at the end of all this, Libra, if you're at a point tomorrow where you're kind of just unhappy with the way things are going, you're detached, I would say instead of being detached, you can be detached from everybody else, but I would say be attached to yourself. Let yourself feel what you're feeling. If you're frustrated that a future didn't work out for you, if you're frustrated that a relationship didn't work out, a job didn't work out, a plan didn't work out, let yourself sit in that energy. Over time, feeling once again is healing. However, though, if you are to be in that energy where you put on a fake smile or you put on some sort of different mask than to how you actually feel, you're only delaying your healing going forward. Let yourself be okay, or let yourself not be okay if you're not okay right now, and in due time things will turn out for you a lot better. I always tend to tell people too, you know, when things aren't working out as well, it's usually a blessing in disguise. I tend to believe that the universe will always show us something better. If something isn't inherently for us, we're not going to have it. So even if you wanted a certain future to play out for you, maybe it was never meant for you at all, but maybe this is exactly what you needed to be redirected to where you're supposed to go. So you can choose to look at it in that positive light, or maybe not. It's totally up to you. But right now, what I think is most important is that if you're not okay, just realize it is okay to not be okay, and give yourself some time to just let yourself feel what it is you're actually feeling. You don't, once again, have to share your feelings with others, but at least be open to sharing your feelings with yourself. Okay, Libra? Very interesting storyline. It's not going to resonate to every Libra out there, 100%, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you, Libra, for stopping by nonetheless. So we have done, guys, our air Coming up next is going to be our water, so stay tuned to your water signs, and we'll be getting into your reading here momentarily. Camille said, I agree. Everything will fall into place. Yeah, that's the way I look at it too. I feel like everything does inevitably fall into place. I've had a lot of things in my life not work out, and I definitely was upset about it for sure. But it took time for those things to be redirected into something better. So I'm a firm believer that inevitably it all does fall into place. That's why when I go through rough or hard times, or when things for me don't personally work out, I let myself feel it, I go through the motions, and then I release it, because I know inevitably something better will come my way, and almost every single time it does. So you just got to hang in there for the silver lining, you know? 100%. 100% for sure. Anyhow, though, guys, getting back into our water, we did Pisces. Let's take a look here at the Scorpio and see what we got going on here, baby. What insight and information is popping on through here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac. Moving on in to the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here for Team Scorpio? Coming on out here into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Scorpio, overall energy for you is a 3 of Swords in reverse. You might be connecting here possibly with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Coming on into the current energy, we have here the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. What you're dealing with, guys, we do have here a Hermit card in the upright. And taking a look here at the outcome, we have here an Emperor in the upright as well. So Scorpio, you have Virgo energy showing up here. You also have Aries energy showing up here as well. Now, you got a 3 of Swords in reverse and a 2 of Pentacles in reverse also. I feel like you are detaching from an energy right now. It kind of feels like a very controlling energy, with the outcome here being the Emperor. I feel like you're avoiding somebody currently who you could feel is controlling, or you're avoiding somebody here who you feel is very much in that energy of it's my way or the highway. So you don't want to be around this kind of person. And unfortunately, it can be anybody. It could be a friend, family member, lover. It could be somebody within the workplace. Maybe you're dealing with a very controlling boss. But you're at the point where I think that you don't want to be in this energy where somebody seems to be controlling a lot of different aspects, or trying to control a lot of different aspects of your life. Right now, what you're looking for is your own freedom from this individual and your own solitude from this individual as well. So Scorpios, you are pretty much detaching from somebody that you feel is inherently controlling, or detaching yourself from a situation that you feel has been controlling you. So it may not have to be a person, maybe it's some kind of circumstance that you feel has been taking control of you as well. But there is some sort of initial detachment process happening here in your next 24 hours. I'm tired of feeling like I'm under control. Therefore, I need to detach and regain my own personal control going forward. So that's what I'm seeing showing up here for you, and I'm glad to see it, man. Everybody deserves to be their own sovereign beings. We all are in control of ourselves. We only can allow other people to control us if we so allow it. Therefore, remember your own power. Don't let other people control you. And if you feel like you're in environments where people are trying to be controlling, it's not healthy. You deserve to be where you feel like you can be yourself. Period. All right, Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning on in. So we have done our water, we have done our air signs as well. Coming up next is going to be Team Fire, so we'll be getting to our fire signs here soon. Okay, by the way, for all the peeps in the chat, if you're enjoying today's daily read, hit that like button, guys. Really would appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. So jumping on into our fire, let's take a look here at the birthday peeps and see what we got going on here for Team Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming into the next 24 hours. What insight and information is going to be showing up here, please, for our zodiacs of Leo? Moving on into tomorrow. Team Leo, let's go ahead here and check it out. Hopefully we're looking at some fantastic stuff. Leo, overall energy for you guys is going to be a moon card in the upright position. You might be dealing with a Pisces potentially. Taking a look into the current energy, you got here the Knight of Swords. What you're dealing with, Leos, we have here a Queen of Pentacles. And taking a look here at the outcome, Leo, is going to be the Hangman card in the upright position as well. All right, Team Leo, let's check it out. Hopefully we're looking at great things here. Once again, Pisces energy is showing up for you in that moon card and in that Hangman card as well. Leo, I think that with the moon showing up here to the Knight of Swords, tomorrow can be one of those days where you may be feeling like you are talking emotionally or acting out, like try not to act out on emotion. is pretty much what I want to say to you, because it could be a very emotional time, but it could be an emotional time to the point where you might say some things you regret. So I feel like the universe is trying to say, heed this message or heed this warning, because looking at what you're dealing with right now, Queen of Pentacles, you have a lot going on that you've been keeping to yourself. You know, the Queen of Pentacles has a lot of things she's juggling, but she holds it all in. She keeps it to herself. She's not at a point where she wants other people to know what she's going through. But when we can get very emotional, sometimes it can be super easy to let out all those things we've been holding in. And I think that right now, this could be the perfect time, unfortunately, to let out some things you may not want to say, especially when, you know, you might be letting it out on, you know, the wrong kinds of people, right? So it feels like a bit of an emotional day for you. I would just say be mindful of what comes out when you're communicating or when you're talking to people, because you don't want to put yourself into a position where you say something you may regret. So if you find yourself in this energy tomorrow, I wouldn't hesitate to focus more on maybe sitting in your own energy, or maybe kind of venting to a friend about what you're dealing with and what you're going through, or kind of giving people a heads up of like, hey, I'm having a bit of an emotional day. I just want to let you know, you know, try not to, definitely don't take anything personally if I seem a little bit off. I think it could be a perfect time to let people know about that. But also, if you want to sit in your own energy and be in your own solitude, it could be a perfect time to do that as well. Because I don't know, I just get this sense where it's like, I'm going through a lot right now. I feel like I'm about to snap, that kind of energy, Leo. So you might want to be careful with what you say to others, and you might want to be careful with who you surround yourself with, especially if you feel like you're in that energy where you're going to snap any second, you know? So I think that's something to watch out for and something to be mindful about. Just seems like one of those emotional days. You want to watch out for maybe saying something you might regret later on, or taking any kind of actions you may regret later on, okay? So if you need to kind of keep to yourself, don't hesitate to do so. Or if you need to give people a bit of a heads up, don't hesitate to do so as well. It just seems like one of those days here, Team Leo. All right, Leo baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for tuning in here anyhow. So we have done the fire, we have done the water, we've done the air. Coming up next is going to be our earth signs, and we'll be checking in here with Capricorn in just a second. Hey, Rennie, how are you? You said, hi, gang, missed you all. I hope everybody's well. I'm doing great, Rennie. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing great too. What's going on, Leo Gang 89? What's up? What's up? Rennie said apologies. Has Cancer been done? Cancer will be the last part of the water, so it'll be coming up in the next batch. But we've done Team Capricorn. Let's go ahead and check it out. Funnily enough, you guys actually showed up here with the Devil card. So Capricorn, that usually is like a message here of the universe saying, listen up, pay attention. We got a message here for you, but let's take a look and see what's up. Cappy, overall energy for you is going to be a Fool card in reverse. Taking a look into the current energy, we got here a Queen of Swords in the upright. What you're dealing with, guys, 10 of Cups in reverse showing up here for you as well. And taking a look at the outcome, Capricorn, is a 4 of Cups in reverse showing up here for you too. Cappies, first and foremost, I do want to mention you might be connecting here with an Aries, but you got here a Fool in reverse paired to a Queen of Swords in the upright position. I really feel like you're getting to the point where you don't want to jump into something blindly. I feel like you want more information. You want something to be well properly planned before you get into it. Looking at what you're dealing with being the 10 of Cups reversed, I think you're starting to realize I've jumped head on into situations without much planning before. It's turned into a bit of a mess before. That's not a mess that I want for myself again. I feel like you're being presented something that lacks structure and something that lacks stability. Maybe you're dealing with somebody in love and romance who's saying, hey, you know, we can do this, we can do that, but there isn't much promise to it. There isn't much stability there. Maybe you don't want to go out on a limb with somebody when it comes to dating. Maybe you want a certain level of certainty that this person wants to be with you. Maybe you're connecting with somebody here who's trying to, you know, get you to go into this kind of career field, but there isn't much information about it. It's like, I'm not going to go out on a limb and change my career if I don't know necessarily what it is I'm doing. So, you know, whether or not you're dealing with love, whether or not you're dealing with career, whether or not you're dealing with friends, I feel like you're at a point where somebody's trying to offer something that isn't inherently stable, and you don't want to put yourself in a position to where things are not going to be stable enough, right? Capricorns love stability, and if there's a lack of that there, you don't want to partake in something that could be a little bit too risky. So I feel like something risky is being presented to you, but you don't want to make any sort of investments unless you know that there's some safety in it or that there's some stability in it overall. So Capricorn, I see that you're ignoring whatever's being presented to you. Looking at the outcome, 4 Cups in reversed, you're ignoring whatever's being presented to you because it isn't set in stone. It isn't a full thought out plan. It isn't something that has complete structure. You want to make sure what you invest into that you're going to get a good return out of your investment, okay? So that's what I'm seeing showing up here for you, Cappy. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And as previously stated, I definitely don't blame you. I think it's good to have, you know, all your ducks in a row when it comes to something, you know, whether it comes to purchasing something, whether it comes to getting together with someone, whether it comes to, you know, your future and what your future is going to be, right? It's good to have plans set in motion and have your ducks in a row before you make any sort of risky decisions. Sometimes we want to feel good knowing what we're getting into. So I definitely don't blame you there. All right, Cappy? All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Real quick, guys, before we continue, we just finished up batch number 2. We're going to get into our last and our final batch momentarily. Just give me about a minute or so, guys. I'm going to grab something real fast and then we'll go ahead and continue. So I will be right back. If you're enjoying the video though, please hit that like button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back in just a minute or so. All right. Thank you guys.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. I don't wanna fall in love, 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 fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into our last and our final batch. Real quick, what's going on, Hannah the Diva? You said totally right on with Capricorn. Happy to resonate with you. What's up, Fawn? How are you? Hope you're doing good. What's going on, Linda and April and Susanna? Appreciate you guys tuning on in. All right, guys, getting back into air. Team Aquarius, you guys are up. Let's see what we got going on here for you, okay? What insight and information, please, is going to be showing up here for our zodiac signs of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here, please, for Team Aqua? Moving on into tomorrow, Aquarius, we're going to get ourselves here about our last and final shuffle already, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully we're looking at something wonderful. Aquarius, overall energy for you is going to be the Magician card. You could be connecting here with a Virgo for a few of you. Taking a look into your current energy, we have here a 5 of Cups in reverse. What you're dealing with, guys, we have here a 4 of Swords, and looking at the outcome for Aquarius peeps is going to be the Empress in the reverse position as well. What I feel here first and foremost, you got a Magician card here. This is Virgo energy. You also have Libra energy showing up here as well, but Magician card here, 5 of Cups in reverse here. I think you have finally manifested into an energy where you're moving forward from someone or something. Looking at what you're dealing with here being the 4 of Swords, you're connecting with somebody who I feel has distanced themselves from you. And I think it hurt for sure, but you're at a point where it's like, I'm finally going to mirror their energy with the Magician card. At the end of the day, if they're going to vanish, so am I. You saw me now, but now you won't, okay? You're getting into that energy where you're giving somebody a bit of a taste of their own medicine. I think that somebody has distanced themselves from you, whether it's been physically, emotionally, both. You've gotten to a point where it's like, I'm not going to keep holding on to somebody who isn't holding on to me. And that's one of the main things I've preached on this channel for the past 6 to 7 years. I've always said, never wait on somebody who isn't waiting on you. Never hold on to somebody who isn't holding on to you. You know, all you're doing is, waiting on somebody who's continuing and moving on with their lives. While they're moving forward, you're staying stuck and you're staying stagnant. So you've reached a point where you've recognized nothing's going to grow here if somebody isn't willing to grow with me, and I'm not going to sit here and waste my time. So this could be anybody. It could be a friend. It could be, maybe you're waiting on somebody to work with them in business. Maybe this is a romantic person you connected with, but Aquarius, I feel like today going into tomorrow marks the time where you say, you know what, I'm going to mirror their energy back to them. If they're moving on, so am I, and I'm not going to sit here and waste my time. And moving on, guys, is always the best option, because one of two things happen when you move on. Either you move on and you find someone or something better, or what it is or who it is you were dealing with recognizes you're moving on and realizes they don't want to let you go when things work out in that retrospect. But almost nothing, 99% of the time, happens when you wait. When you wait, all you can expect more is more waiting. So moving on is always the best way to go. All right, Aquarius, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you for tuning in here anyhow. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have touch base here, guys, with all of our air signs here for the daily read. We'll be getting into our next sign here shortly, okay? Real quick, what's going on, Jessica? Welcome into the membership. Appreciate ya. Thank you very, very much. Fawn said I got the notification late. Yeah, everybody's going to get notifications super late, probably even after the live stream is finished. Most people will get their notifications. Last night I posted 3 videos. Technically 4 videos within the day, so no notifications are shooting out right now. So pretty much if you're here, it's either you got notified really late or you happen to be on YouTube at the right time. So yeah, the notifications are going to shoot out super late for this one today. All right, guys, getting back into water. Cancer, you guys are up. Let's see what's going on with you beautiful peeps. What insight and information, please, is going to be showing up here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on, everybody, for the zodiacs here of Cancer? Moving into tomorrow, Team Cancer, let's get our last shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here for you. Cancer, overall energy, you have here a Empress card in reverse. Taking a look here at the current energy, Knight of Swords in the upright. What you're dealing with, guys, we got here the Tower, Cancer. Taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to be the Judgment in reverse as well. Cancer, what do we got going on, man? First things first, Tower card showing up, Scorpionic energy, also Scorpio energy with the Judgment, and Libra energy here with the Empress. Cancer, I feel like you are definitely starting to wake up to something or realize something, and it feels to me like a lot of you are getting ready to get proactive. I think some of you are realizing whatever situation you're in, it isn't going anywhere. Maybe you feel like your work position isn't going anywhere, and it might be time to start going in a different direction when it comes to work. Maybe others of you feel like your relationship is stuck and it's not going to move anywhere other than where it's at. So therefore, it might be time to start looking for somebody that will grow in regards to the kind of future you're trying to grow into, right? So I feel like you've hit a wall, Cancer, and you feel like you can't move past this brick wall. In whatever area of life we're talking, could be love, could be work, could be friends, could be your own personal thing, but maybe it's time to find an alternative route to get past that wall. It's time to take a detour to get past that wall, because the path that I'm going now, the only place I end up is at this brick wall. You know what I mean, guys? And I feel like that's where you're at and you're tired of it. And a lot of you are realizing it's time to be proactive and find that detour. It's time to be proactive and find that alternative route. Taking a look here at the outcome, Justice in reverse, or Judgment in reverse, excuse me, I think you've reached a point where you're realizing it's time to stop giving so many chances to trying to move a brick wall when I just simply can't. So Cancer, not much more to the reading than that, but I think what a lot of it is talking about is that you're stuck somewhere in life and it's not growing. You've tried to make it grow as much as possible. You've tried to, water your plants and water your crops, but it just doesn't seem to get to the harvest season, and it might be time to take an alternative route to get somewhere else. It's one of those things where it's like it's not that you can't have what you want, Cancer, but maybe the environment you're in is not giving you the necessary things you need to grow. I talked about this with a different sign yesterday in the daily reading. I don't remember what sign it was, but your environment plays a massive role. Some people may be in an environment where they can grow and meet their goals. Other people may be in an environment where they can't grow and can't meet their goals. So you have to find the environment that will allow you to grow. It's not that you can't get to your goal, but if you're in an environment that restricts that growth, then you're not going to be able to receive that growth being in said environment. So I think right now you have to switch up the kind of environment you're in. Cancer, let's say, for example, you want to be married, but you're in a relationship with somebody who never wants to get married. Then at the end of the day, it's not that you can't be married, Cancer, but you're with somebody who's not going to give that to you. Maybe it's time to find somebody else who not only will give you the goal you're looking for, but somebody else you're compatible with, Maybe you want to be the big boss, but you're at a dead-end job that will never bump up your position any higher than it is. Then you're not going to be the big boss at that job, but maybe you'll be the big boss somewhere else, So pay attention to your environment here. If your environment's not giving you what you need to grow, it might be time to be proactive and find the environment that will. All right, guys, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done, everybody, all the water. We have also done all of our air. Coming up next is going to be our fire, and we'll be checking out here Team Aries in just a moment, okay? Hey, what's going on, Sharon? How are you? Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much. Rennie said for Cancer, have an amazing day tomorrow. You as well. Hopefully all of us Cancers do. What's going on, Kiki? You said I paid for a reading from him about my deceased mom's house, and he gave me the best advice ever. Get a personal reading. I recommend it. Well, thank you. I appreciate the recommendations. Thank you very, very much. Okay. All right, guys. Coming up next is going to be Aries. Give me a second, guys, and then we'll check in with the Ram fam. Hope you guys are doing well, man. I think this is the earliest we've done a daily read in a while. Typically, they've been around like 7 to 8, sometimes 11 at night. So it's kind of nice to knock out a daily a lot earlier in the day. For sure, for sure. It's almost like 3 p.m. over here, so this is early for me now. Shout out to the all the times back then when daily readings were always at 3 p.m. on the dot. Sometimes I do miss those days. Anyhow, Aries, what's up with you? Let's take a look at you beautiful peeps and see what we got going on. What insight and information, please, do we got showing up here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming on in to the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here, everybody, for the zodiac sign of the Ram fam? Moving into tomorrow. Team Aries, one more shuffle coming in for you, and we'll see what we got going on. Aries, overall energy for you is going to be the Magician card. You might be connecting here possibly with a Virgo for a few of you. Taking a look at the current energy, we got here the Empress in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with here, we got here the Five of Swords, and taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to be the Three of Pentacles in the upright position also. Aries, I kind of feel like you're at a point right now where Magician to the Empress reversed, you are not really feeling like you want to keep on working things with somebody or trying to work on a situation with somebody who's always combatant or resistant. Does that make sense? Like, try to solve a conversation with somebody who's always wanting to be combative, right? Try to solve a issue with somebody who only wants to fight. Like, you've reached the point with someone where it's like you're not looking for resolution, you're looking to reiterate the problem. Okay, so you're really tired of trying to find resolution with somebody who's only looking for conflict. It's a push and it's a pull all the time. And whether you're dealing with someone or whether it's about a job, maybe you're dealing with a boss, maybe you're dealing with a friend or a lover, I think you're tired of the push and pull effect. I'm looking for resolution when you're looking for conflict, and we can't resonate with each other unless we're both aiming for resolution. So looking at the outcome here, Three of Pentacles, sure, I'm here ready to resolve things, but if you're going to remain in that Five of Swords energy where you're constantly on the defense, there's nothing I can do to resolve this with you. So I feel like you're kind of coming into an energy of acceptance here, Aries. If they're not going to resolve this with me, then I'm not going to keep on trying. There's no point for me to show up in the energy of resolvement when they're always going to be combatant. So if that's the case, maybe it's time for me to stop trying to fix the situation and let the situation go. Maybe then they'll realize that the opportunity was there, and maybe then they'll try to resolve things with you, and maybe they won't. But I feel like you've reached a point where it's like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to keep on trying to work with somebody who's always going to continue to avidly work against me. Not only is it a waste of my energy and a waste of my time, but it's something that I don't need to affect my energy any longer as time continues to progress. So Aries, you are backing off here from trying to find resolution with someone due to the nature of them continuously being combatant. Okay, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but definitely don't blame you there. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have done our lovely fire, water, and we've done the air as well. Up next is going to be our earth, and we'll be taking a look here at Team Taurus in just a few moments. Okay, what's going on, Anila? You said, wow, I made it for a live reading. Aloha from Maui. Hello, aloha right back at you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you were able to make it here today. What's up, Lala Moonchild? How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Nonetheless, guys, getting on into our last but are not least sign here for the daily read. Let's check out Team Taurus and see what we got in store here for you. What insight and information is going to be showing up here, please, for our zodiac signs of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. what do we got going on here, everybody, for the zodiac sign of Team Taurus? Moving on into tomorrow. Let's go ahead here and check it out. Fawn, thank you for being a member for the past 33 friggin' months. Super insane. You said the push and the pull becomes toxic. Thank you, Ant. Indeed it does. And thank you, Fawn. I appreciate you so much, okay? All right, Team Taurus, let's see what we got. We're going to get one more shuffle and see what's popping on in here for our bull gang. Taurus, overall energy for you is a Six of Swords in reverse. Looking at the current energy, we have here the Tower in reverse. What you're dealing with, Taurus, we have here the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then looking at the outcome for you is going to be the Emperor card in the upright position coming into play here for you too. You might be dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio, as these are the two zodiac signs we're seeing. Now overall, Taurus, you got a Six of Swords reversed and a Tower reversed, two cards that are representative here of avoidance. So I do feel like you're avoiding something. It kind of seems to me like right now, Seven of Wands reversed, you're really tired, I feel, of constantly having to be on the defense. I feel like this is the energy of feeling like you have to walk on eggshells with somebody, and you're realizing maybe it's just worth it to not walk on eggshells at all, because there's no eggshells that need to be there if I walk away. Right? Maybe you're dealing with somebody who you feel like you're constantly walking a line with, and it's frustrating. You want to be able to be yourself. You don't want to have to be toned down. You don't want to have to be something or someone you're not. And I feel like it's been very frustrating feeling like you have to constantly observe every aspect of what you say and what you do because you're worried about triggering another person, right? So there's this frustration and this anxiety and this eggshell energy that you're really tired of participating in with somebody in your life. It could be a loved one, it could be a lover, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be whoever. But yeah, I think you've reached a point where it's like, I just want to be me. And whether or not somebody appreciates that, whether or not somebody cares about that, whether or not somebody's offended by that, I just don't give a fuck. I think you've hit that limit, guys. And I think it's a good thing to walk away from people that you feel like you constantly have to walk on eggshells with. Be unapologetically you. If people can resonate with that, that's fantastic. It costs you no problems. But if you're dealing with people that you're trying to make resonate with you that simply don't resonate with you unless they resonate with a kind of attitude that you do to adjust to their attitude, is it worth it? Not really. I don't think it's worth adjusting to how other people want you to be or how other people want you to behave. I think it's worth it to just be yourself. And at the end of the day here too, Taurus, if they can't appreciate that or resonate with that, then they just can't. So don't waste your time tapping into the energy of trying to be a version that's accepting to someone else that isn't the full version of who you are. All right, looking at the outcome here, the Emperor, baby, Taurus is tapping back into their power. Taurians here are saying, I'm sorry, but I'm done being someone I'm not, and I'm done walking on eggshells for somebody who can't handle who I truly am. It's either you fucking resonate with me, baby, or you don't. Point blank, period. And I think that that's a good way to go about it. Don't spend your time walking on eggshells for anybody, because it's going to put you into a space where you feel like you can't truly be you. And is it worth being in resonation with people when you can't truly be yourself? I would say no. So it depends on how that works out for you. But Taurus, I think that this is one of those scenarios where you'll be happier walking away from this, because when you are 100% authentically yourself and people are attracted to that, they're attracted to who you truly are. It's better to be surrounded by people who accept that than people who don't. Okay? Take what resonates, bull gang, leave what doesn't. But thank you guys for tuning in here anyhow. Of course, much love and appreciation to you. Okay? All right, Taurus, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And with that all being said, everybody, guys, thank you for coming out here today to today's daily reading. I really appreciate everybody being here. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Helps out a lot more than you know. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you, and I would love to welcome you here into the Soul family. With that all being said, though, guys, I hope you remain to do well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch everybody in the next video. As always, if you guys want to get a personal read, you can visit CancerMoonsTarot.com. That's linked in the description below if you'd like to book me there. But either way, everybody, I'm wishing you all well. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch everybody in the next one. Guys, take care, much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.
Been fighting ways to get away. Again. See you again. again.